Hi everybody, it's Gemma, welcome back to Pampered Wolf and welcome to July Faves and Fails. Yes, it's already August. Can you believe it? Craziness. Absolute load of craziness. Anyway, welcome to July Faves and Fails. In this video, we are going to be running through any news, any changes in opinions, so anything I've changed my mind on that I've already reviewed previously after continuous wear, any favourites, and also any fails that we're going to mention and never mention again on my channel, unless it features in a changes of opinions a little bit later on in a future Faves and Fails video. So let's get straight into it. If you are new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I'm a fully qualified esthetician and lover of anything beauty, skincare and makeup. I no longer practice in a salon or a clinic as my full-time job is now YouTube. I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. I upload on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 PM London time, and I'm also on Instagram if you want to check me out over there. It's at Pampered Wolf, all lowercase, no spaces. Okay, so let's jump straight into the news, and firstly I want to talk about the KOSAS Tinted Face Oil. Now this is not a change of opinion, don't worry, I still absolutely love this. It just feels really nice on the skin, it's completely weightless, doesn't feel oily in the slightest, which I was really surprised at. I have done a full review on this and I'll link it up here for you if you want to watch that a little bit later on. But I got a lot of questions after doing the review about what SPF would be best underneath this, and I am a big believer in SPF, and SPF should be worn 365 days a year. But with this being an oil, how does this not degrade and melt the SPF underneath it? Because an oil cleanser is very good at doing that. However, an oil cleanser is really good at doing that because you're rubbing it into the skin, you're massaging it into the skin, then you're emulsifying it and you're removing it with water. And you're not actually doing that with this. So don't worry, this won't melt and degrade your SPF. However, it does react better with different SPFs. So if you're wanting to use a really silicone-y SPF like the Australian Gold, this isn't going to sit very well on top of it. However, if you're using more of a chemical or a mineral sunscreen that's very lightweight and sinks into the skin rather than sitting on the surface, this is going to go on absolutely beautifully. Even if you are wearing an SPF that's slightly silicone-y, you shouldn't have problems, but anything really heavy might not react well with this, and it might repel the oil and the oil won't dry down, it'll just start to slide off. So that's just a little bit of extra information for you because I did get a lot of questions about that and really appreciated it because I'd not thought about the whole breaking down of the SPF situation with it being an oil. So I thought that was really interesting and a great question. But as long as you're not completely buffing it into the skin using circular motions for an extremely lengthy amount of time, this shouldn't disturb your SPF. Moving on to the next bit of news, which is about the CHANTECAILLE Future Skin Oil-Free Foundation. Absolutely love this stuff as well. Absolutely gorgeous on the skin. However, in my review that I did, and I'll link that up here for you, it was the wrong shade for me. It only looked good if I'd got a really good tan, and as I don't go out in the sun, if I'd got a fake tan on my skin, it looked lovely. But in normal life, it wasn't my true correct shade, and I definitely wouldn't have been able to wear it through the winter months. With it being extremely expensive and I don't get PR, I have to buy all the products myself, I just couldn't justify buying my correct shade, but I have had a lot of comments about what my correct shade would be. So, you know, just for you, I thought I'd buy it anyway. That's the story and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, my correct shade, if you are my shade twin, is Porcelain. I have it on today. It is just, I have no words. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So for those of you that are wanting to know my correct shade, it's Porcelain, it's beautiful, it's very expensive. We'll not talk about it. Moving on. The next bit of news is all about the Lottie London Velvet Skin Tint Foundation, which is lovely. I've also done a full review on this in a Foundation Friday, and I'll link it up here for you. During that review, it wasn't very long wearing. However, before I filmed this video, my skincare was still really focused on a really dry skin rather than a more normal combination dry skin. So I was still using those really rich emollient creams, and they may have been a little too heavy for me. So I wanted to try this foundation with a lighter moisturizer, and also on a separate day, no moisturizer at all if I didn't feel it was necessary that day. I got so much more wear out of this. Yes, it still went a little dewier throughout the day, which is to be expected, but I definitely got a lot more wear, and it didn't lift off my skin as much as it did during the wear test. So I wanted to make you aware of that. This can be quite long wearing, but you can't wear really rich emollient creams underneath this if you don't have dry skin. Okay, so let's jump straight into the fails, because there are no changes in opinion for the month of July. So this first one is a real letdown, and I was so disappointed because it has all the makings of an absolutely fantastic product. But one, I had a little bit of a run-in with the customer services, and also the product itself is way below par. So this is vegan, it's cruelty-free, it's fragrance-free. It's so disappointing when you get all those things and then the product is just a bit meh. Anyway, it's from Revolution. It's the Anti-Blemish Boost, and it's an azelaic acid moisture cream. And I've just done a full-blown routine for anti-pigmentation, which is why I bought this in the first place. I bought lots of azelaic acid serums and creams and lotions, and I wanted to try them all out to see which one I thought was the best. This is the worst azelaic acid cream that I tried. In fact, this is the worst cream that I've tried for a really long time. So firstly, let's talk about my run-in with customer service. Customer service at Revolution is absolutely fantastic. They usually get back to you in a very timely fashion. There is nowhere on the packaging of this or also on the website that tells you the actual percentage strength of the azelaic acid that is within this product. And because it's an active ingredient, it's really important that you know the strengths of the products that you're applying to your skin. Is it a 10%? Is it lower than 10%? If it's lower than 10%, it's not going to do masses for my skin, so I need to know. So I contacted customer services, and they contacted me back to say that they were sending this to their team to see whether they were allowed to divulge this information, and then it came back to say that actually they don't divulge that sort of information, which is a little bit fishy for me, and basically tells me that this is below 10% strength. So there's another reason why I think that this is less than 10% strength azelaic acid and not worth your money or your time. And that is the consistency of the product. Now let me just apply some, because I'm not quite sure if you're going to be able to see the consistency on there. It is super grainy. It's like they've applied lots of sand in the product and just mixed it all together. I'm not quite sure you can see that from there. So let me apply some of this to my fingers and pop that in so that you can actually see this. This actually hurts the skin. It's that grainy. So let me show you the ends of my fingers. I'm not quite sure you'll see it properly, but can you see the tiny little particles and grains on the surface of my fingertips? That is what you don't want from an azelaic acid, and that means that the product has been formulated really poorly and probably has a percentage strength of way under 10%. Azelaic acid products are really difficult to formulate under 10%, which is why you don't see them very often, because they turn grainy at low percentages, and that's exactly what this product has done. There's very little scientific evidence that backs up that azelaic acid at below 10% does anything for your skin. You need to pick an azelaic acid cream that is 10% or above to see visible results. So although this is an affordable product, I wouldn't advise you waste your money. Okay, so the next product that's going to feature in the fails category is another one from Revolution Skincare. Now, I just want to stop right here and just let everybody know that I do not have a vendetta against Revolution Skincare. I think they've got some amazing, amazing products which have featured in past faves and fails video in the favorites category. So do go and check those out. I do think they have some great products. They also have some great ingredients. I just wish they'd use them more. I also wish that they'd keep unnecessary ingredients out of their products. This is skincare. This is supposed to be good for the skin. It infuriates me. I just don't get it. This is one of those products. I just think, what were you thinking? Who signed this off? Really? I don't get it. This is the 2% Salicylic acid serum. This is a targeted blemish serum for acne prone or blemish prone skin, for anybody with oily skin that tends to get the odd breakout. This is full of fragrance. Why would you do that? Anybody that has blemish prone or acne prone skin should not be applying any fragrance to their skin because it will make their blemishes and their acne skin even worse. It makes no sense. Absolutely zero. I can't believe it. What were they thinking? So the next reason I don't like this product is because it's got denatured alcohol in there. So it's alcohol denat on the INCI list, and it's actually quite high up. Everybody knows that alcohol denat is not a very good or kind ingredient for the skin. So anybody with an acne prone or a blemish prone skin shouldn't be applying that to their skin, especially in this sort of quantity. There are no words. I just don't understand. I actually thought that this was going to be a great alternative for the ordinary salicylic acid 2% serum that is currently being reformulated, so you can't get your hands on it. So I often use that. If I did have a little bit of a breakout, I just put a tiny bit of a dab of that on my skin. I thought this would be a great alternative. This is not getting anywhere near my skin, everybody, and I don't recommend that it goes anywhere near yours either. If you are considering purchasing any of the products from the Blemish range, please make sure you are going on the website and you are checking out the ingredients list of each individual product, because some of the products are absolutely fantastic. This one is a definite no-no. No, no, no. No, and no again. Let's move on to the favourites. Let's talk about something positive, because I feel like I'm hallucinating just a little bit here. This first one is from Revolution Skincare. There is some sort of saviour within the brand. This is the 2% Salicylic Acid Blemish Targeting Toner, and this actually is a really decent product. So if you're thinking about buying one or the other, this one is definitely the one to go for. This is really quite nice. It's vegan, it's cruelty-free, it's also fragrance-free, it's also free from any essential oils as well. So anybody with blemish or acne-prone skin, you will be able to get away with this knowing that it's not going to flare up your skin, your blemishes, and your acne. Although I don't need this as a toner, I would use this as a spot treatment as and when I got a blemish that needed to be treated. This one will really exfoliate the skin. It will also exfoliate deep inside the pore as well to make sure that your pores are clear. This will make your blemishes a lot smaller and leave your skin a lot faster. So that's why I really like it. Again, I wouldn't use this on a daily basis because I personally don't need to, but there's nothing wrong with using this on a daily basis if you feel like your skin needs it. Let's move on to the products that I absolutely love. I've been using them a lot recently. Adore, adore, adore. Gorgeous. absolutely superb. This first one is from Charlotte Tilbury and it's the Lip and Cheek Glow. This comes in 2 different shades. I'll show you them just up here so you can see the difference in between the shades. This one that I've got is the palest shade, which is called Colour of Dreams, but there's also Colour of Passions as well, which is slightly deeper. Really, really beautiful this. It's so lovely on the skin. The packaging is beautiful as well. Just come with a mirror in the top. Really good chunky packaging. When you actually apply the product, I apply this with my fingers. It feels like it's got a lot of slip on this product. I didn't think this would last a long time. It feels more like a lip balm when you're actually touching the product, and I didn't think it would be very comfortable on the skin. Boy, was I wrong. On both fronts. Really, really wrong. This is super pigmented. You can use this on the lip, you can use this on the cheek. It's long lasting. I don't find it lasts as long on my lips because obviously I'm eating and drinking things throughout the day, but this is seriously long lasting on my cheek. It's got a lovely radiant sheen on the surface, but it doesn't look overly wet or dewy, which was absolutely perfect for me because I have to be quite careful around this area, especially where I have my larger pores, how much dewiness I add to my skin, because I don't want to accentuate those pores or any fine lines around this area, so I don't want to add too much dewiness. This was absolute perfection on me. Seriously long wearing, to the point where I took my daughter out to a shop the other day for the first time in absolute months. We both wore face masks. I took my face mask off. This was fully intact. It hadn't gone at all. I just couldn't believe it. So long lasting. I've worn this several times since I bought it and always had great wear out of it. It's not going to suit everybody. If you've got a really oily skin, you may not get on with this, but if you've tried this already and you do have an oily skin, do let everybody know in the comments section how you've got on with it and whether you liked it or not, whether you'd repurchase it, because it will help everybody out. I'm in love with it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the shade. It's really neutral. It really suits my skin tone. Just gorgeous. Definitely would repurchase. So the last product in the favourites category, in fact, in this entire video, is a MAC lipstick. Now, I'm not usually a big fan of bullet lipsticks. I prefer a liquid lip. I find them easier to apply and I feel like they last longer, but I recently bought the Wayne Goss lipsticks and I've really enjoyed using them. They were really nourishing, really hydrating on the lip, and I've worn them several times on my channel and will continue to do so. This one is from MAC. As soon as I saw the shade of this and also who's brought it out, I was desperate to get my hands on it. This one is the Creme Sheen Lipstick and it's in the shade Nic Chapman. Now, if you've never heard of Nic Chapman, it's actually Nicola Haste now. She's been married several years. She is amazing. She is the sort of person that you want to be. She's so current. She's just cool. She's so fashionable. She's honest. And I think that's all we want from anybody. She is half of Pixie Woo, who have a YouTube channel, not very frequently used anymore YouTube channel, but they are extremely big, both of them separately, on Instagram. Her sister is called Sam Chapman. She's also brought out a lipstick. The Sam Chapman lipstick is a much more pinky red. It's much deeper in tone. And this one is, for me, more of a neutral shade, much more wearable on a daily basis. For me, this is just what I'm comfortable with. I absolutely love it. I'd wear this to bed. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't. Well, I probably would. Anyway, I absolutely love this. It is super nourishing. It feels really hydrating on the lip. It's very comfortable to wear. It's not sticky at all. Goes on one coat really smoothly. You can intensify the colour using 2 coats and it matches my top. Quite colour coordinated today. Who knew? I love it. I absolutely love it, and it's just stunning. Really like it. Loved wearing it. I've worn this with no makeup on whatsoever, just so I could feel a little bit more like Nicola Haste. Buy it just for that. So that's it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it for you. I have loved trialing out all of these. Well, actually, I haven't loved trialing out all of these products for you. Some of them were a little bit rubbish. But, you know, we'll forget about those. Let's just concentrate on the ones that were really, really good. And I've loved trialing out those, and I shall be wearing them a lot in future videos. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.